The narrative of Baker Mayfield is one of peaks and valleys.
Baker Mayfield's playing like a most valuable player, gents.
Today, Mayfield stands as not only the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but as currently one of the top quarterbacks in the league. But honestly, none of this would be possible without one improbable night in Los Angeles. A game that essentially saved his career and reminded the world who Baker Mayfield truly is.
2nd and 10, Mayfield to the end zone to Jefferson. Is that possible?
Let's set the tone for a second, okay? If you're John Dorsey and you're the new general manager of the Cleveland Browns, this first pick of yours sets the tone for your franchise. It shows all the players in the locker room what a new Cleveland Brown looks like and smells like by your definition. So you got to get this thing right. The guy's got to be great off the field. He's got to be great in your locker room. He's going to help you set the culture for the future.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select.
Today is that Dorsey's known it for weeks. He's just kept it to himself and not told his wife and told Hugh Jackson only in the last 48 hours. We got 4.5 minutes left on the clock here, and
Baker.
waiting to see if the phone does for that proverbial.
Dorsey, how are you? Good, how are you? I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Hey, let me ask you a question. I got you on speakerphone here. You want to be the first pick in the draft?
Yeah, I do.
Huh?
Yeah, I do.
The Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
From about Oklahoma.
It is Baker Mayfield.
After being the top pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, Mayfield quickly became the face of the Cleveland Browns, a city that has been searching for a franchise quarterback since the Bernie Kosar era in the 1980s. His rookie season was electric.
And the crowd reacts to the emergence of Baker Mayfield off the bench. Here's one. It is caught by Landry to the one. What a catch. Comes in tight in this formation. It's like pressure off the edge. Little trick play and a throw to Baker Mayfield to tie the game from Jarvis Landry. It's been 635 days since the Browns have celebrated a win. Browns are going to win.
But in the NFL, glory is fleeting and fortunes can turn overnight. So after quarterbacking the Browns to their first playoff victory in 26 years in 2020, his standing with the front office and his career in Cleveland began to unravel.
Like everybody else, I have noticed that Baker Mayfield is not off to a great start this year. His team is 3-1, and their one loss was a game they probably could have won against Kansas City. So it hasn't been a disastrous start by any means. I've been wondering why, in particular, Mayfield has been so unspectacular. And then, Hembo, I got the answer. According to our Jake Trotter, Mayfield has been playing with a partially torn labrum. He suffered that injury to his non-throwing shoulder while trying to make a tackle. In the game against the Texans, he's been wearing a shoulder harness ever since. Now let's be clear. Some things are excuses and other things are reasons. It is not an excuse to say Baker Mayfield is not playing well right now because of his shoulder injury. It is the reason he's not playing well.
Four-man pressure. Baker in trouble, able to get away. Now Watt. Ball is loose. The ball is loose at the 47-yard line. And Baker is still down. He's playing with that sore left shoulder, partially torn labrum, and he landed right on it.
Surgery would follow in January 2022, but the writing was on the wall when Cleveland, just 2 months later, did this.
Deshaun Watson is expected to be a member of the Cleveland Browns. Yes.
Here's what I was told, that the Browns, even back in December, late in the season, they started looking into Deshaun Watson, outsourced a private investigator to check this out, knowing that they could stay with Baker Mayfield, but let's look at our options here. Things have not gone so well. Then they were told last week, we're out on Deshaun Watson. Then Baker Mayfield requests the trade. They were still thinking, hey, we can reconcile with Mayfield at that point.
Right.
Friday morning, I was told, that's when the Browns got clarity that Watson could have a change of heart here and would be open to going to Cleveland. they got clarity here. They can make this work, but they had been looking into Watson for a very long time.
Mayfield's time in Cleveland was over. By July 2022, he was traded to the Matt Rule-led Carolina Panthers, where he had hoped to resurrect his career. Instead, the situation deteriorated.
Bottom line is the way he's playing, though, right? This is supposed to be the opportunity for a resurgence. This is supposed to be where Baker Mayfield gets to show the entire world that the quarterback that he was for 50% of his time in Cleveland is not who he is.
Could you do me a favor?
He's actually worse now.
Do me a favor.
He's worse.
Battling a high ankle sprain early in the season, Mayfield posted a career-worst 57.7 completion rate and went 1-5 as a starter. By December, he requested his release after being demoted to third on the depth chart behind Sam Darnold and PJ Walker.
Panthers are expected to release quarterback Baker Mayfield today. The Cleveland Browns traded him to the Panthers in July in exchange for what's now a fifth-round draft pick. The Panthers named Mayfield their starting quarterback in August, but poor play and injuries sidelined him. Mayfield could get picked up on waivers by another team once he's released.
At this point, Mayfield's career seemed to be in a freefall. He was no longer that plucky underdog or the fiery competitor capable of turning a franchise around. He was simply just another quarterback whose star had burned out too soon. So when the Los Angeles Rams claimed Mayfield off waivers in December 2022, it was less a vote of confidence and more of necessity. Their quarterback room was decimated. Matthew Stafford, John Wolford, and Bryce Perkins were all sidelined by injuries. The Rams were struggling, riding a 6-game losing streak, and their season was all but lost.
I like the fit. It's not necessarily a long-term fit, but for a $1.5 million rental for the rest of the year, the Rams are going to be at least tolerable to watch, which they probably have not been on offense the last.
This opportunity was a double-edged sword. With no expectations, Mayfield had a chance to prove himself. But joining a team mid-season, especially 2 days before a game, left little room for error. This set the stage for what can only be described as a Hollywood moment.
And Mayfield's first play as a Ram will be a pass off play action. Go figure. To the 45-yard line. He hits Van Jefferson, who he probably didn't even meet until yesterday.
Mayfield entered the game after the Rams' first series, replacing John Wolford. By the fourth quarter, the Rams trailed 16-3. The game seemed pretty much over, but Mayfield had other plans.
So on a 1st and 20, set up a screen here to Williams.
First, he orchestrated a 75-yard touchdown drive, capped with a Cam Akers run with 3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining.
And this is Akers into the end zone. Does he get in there? The Rams say yes.
Then, after the Rams' defense held firm, Mayfield found himself in a near impossible situation. Down by 6 points with no timeouts, 98 yards from the end zone, and less than 2 minutes on the clock. This is where legends are made.
So up to the 28-yard line to give them more light. Deep down the sideline, and it is caught by Skoranek. Ben Skoranek with a great catch, a contested catch, all the way to the 40-yard line.
He completed 15 of 20 passes in the fourth quarter, including a string of clutch throws to move the chains. With 15 seconds left, standing at the Raiders' 23-yard line, he identified a mismatch in their defensive scheme. Instead of falling into a prevent zone, the Raiders played press coverage, a bold but disastrous decision.
2nd and 10, Mayfield to the end zone to Jefferson. Is that possible? Touchdown. This is impossible. They go 98 yards. That's good for 23.
Mayfield launched a perfect pass to Van Jefferson in the back corner of the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. The drive wasn't just impressive, it was literally historic. According to Elias Sports Bureau, it was the longest go-ahead touchdown drive that began in the final 2 minutes of a game in the past 45 years. And after the game, Mayfield would reflect on the whirlwind of his past 72 hours.
It's been pretty hectic. It's been a lot of emotions, to be honest with you. A lot of things that, some tough decisions. But everything happens for a reason.
I mean, this wasn't just a win. It was a statement. Baker Mayfield could still play.
I don't think people understand how crazy, like what Baker just pulled off. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. Like, this man has basically picked up a jersey, living out of his suitcase, and oh, by the way, you're going to play the majority of the game and beat a team that's on a 3-game winning streak. Clearly without knowing the whole offense.
On a Thursday night.
On a Thursday night.
Less time.
Mayfield's brief tenure with the Rams was a career reset. Over 5 games, he threw for 850 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not jaw-dropping stats, but enough to remind the NFL of his talent. More importantly, it gave him the chance to work under McVay, one of the league's brightest offensive minds. That stretch paved the way for his next opportunity, a 1-year, $8.5 million deal with the Brady-less Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And yeah, I think we kind of all know what happens next.
3rd and 6. Mayfield, pocket collapsing late, but he finds his favorite target, Mike Evans. First down and out of bounds at the Washington 21-yard line.
When I watch the Bucs this year, what strikes me is how much better the offense looks as a whole.
Mayfield looking, checking, surveying, has all day, nobody open. Now he's going to run. Mayfield with a move, and Baker Mayfield down at the 11-yard line.
Fast forward to 2024, and with a fresh 3-year, $115 million contract, Baker Mayfield is writing a new chapter in his career. Accepting of the leadership role in Tampa Bay, he's embracing a chance to lead a team in from a Brady era to his own. In football, moments matter. Careers are built, or in this case rebuilt, on singular performances. For Baker Mayfield, the 98-yard drive against the Raiders wasn't just a highlight, it was a turning point. It reminded the NFL of his resilience, his talent, and his ability to rise when the odds are stacked against him. In a league that so often discards players after a few missteps, Mayfield's story is a testament to perseverance. That night in LA didn't just save his career, it reignited his belief in himself. And maybe, just maybe, it gave the NFL a reason to believe in Baker Mayfield again.
Hey, all work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for wherever, I'll be front and center.